Tonight, the curtain drops on the 2021 North Carolina high school football regular season. But before it does, one last score to be settled: the Greater News Conference Championship. The Honda dealers of the Carolinas, Friday night rivals, presented by Talk It Out NC. A Johnston County clash, undefeated in second-ranked Cleveland and the Clayton Comets. Good evening once again, everybody, and welcome to the final regular season edition of Friday Night Rivals. Patrick Keenis alongside ECU standout Jay Sohnhalter. And Jay, the conference championship on the line tonight. Cleveland unbeaten and 5-0 in the league, and Clayton comes in 4-1. A win tonight, and they win the outright conference championship.
Yeah, Patrick, so much on the line. The biggest thing is this is a rivalry game. So both these teams looking for bragging rights, looking to win the conference, and also looking to go into the playoffs with momentum.
All right, now let's talk about a couple of the key players we'll see tonight. More Division I commits on the field.
One of the best running backs in the country, Omarion Hampton, has been dominant running the football. Then his quarterback, Skylar Locklear's committed to Austin Peay. Two of the best players in the state for Cleveland. They provided a lot of big plays this year. And then for Clayton, how are they going to stop that offensive attack? Well, they've got two great players for themselves. Donovan Spellman is a star defensive end coming off the edge, 14.5 sacks. And then Mason Rambo is that physical leader on the defensive side playing linebacker. He really calls out the plays for his team. Those two guys going against the offensive attack for Cleveland is going to be something to watch tonight.
All right, massive rivalry game. Now let's talk about keys to victory for both Cleveland and Clayton, Jay.
Well, for Cleveland, winning the line of scrimmage is going to be huge, and then the turnover battle. If they can protect the football, they feel confident with their offensive attack. And then for Clayton, it's all about containing Hampton. They've got to limit his rushing explosiveness. And then on the offensive end, they want to take some shots down the field and have some big plays.
All right, more on the rivalry, and Cleveland coming off of a 3AA state championship appearance only a few months ago. With more on that story, third member of our broadcast crew, Marilyn Payne.
Patrick, when we talked to Scott Riley throughout the week about his Cleveland team and how they compare to the team that competed in that 3AA state championship in the spring, he said, well, we're about the same. The biggest difference, though, we're stronger, we're faster, and we're longer on both sides of the football. So I guess you could say we're a little bit better, he said. Not to mention Antonio back at running back, their key ball carrier and star playmaker. So Cleveland tonight feeling very confident in visiting their rival Clayton. Stay with us here on Friday Night Rivals. We'll see the kickoff right after the break.
Also, during tonight's game, there is no re-entry from the game. No re-entry. Finally, all non-essential personnel are not allowed on the field tonight, including after the game. We thank you for attending tonight and supporting high school athletics in Johnston County.
A 61-degree evening, Nixon Fowler Stadium here in Clayton, North Carolina. And here is the coin toss presented by the United States Marine Corps. And there's Sergeant Hanson with the U.S. Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. Contact your local recruiter today. The Cleveland Rams in the traveling white uniforms. They will defer and kick off here to open the game. And the Clayton Comets in the blue tops and white pants. And Jay, it feels like the playoffs.
It's a full house here, so much on the line. The playoffs are starting next week, but you just said it. It has that same vibe, the same atmosphere that you look for in a huge playoff game. And both these schools here really want to get this game, get some momentum going into next week.
It also smells like one of the most fervent rivalries the state of North Carolina and high school football can present.
It's fierce. Both sides do not like each other. They want this ball game more than anything. And this week, starting on Monday, it's been all about this game leading up to kickoff.
All right, Clayton comes in 5-4, 4-1 in the Greater News. They started 0-3, a gauntlet of non-conference losses against Grimsley, Wake Forest, and Wakefield. Their only conference loss by 1 point to Garner a month ago. Cleveland, meanwhile, unbeaten. They are 8-0, and they have just steamrolled every opponent this year. They're outscoring their opponents by about 45 points a game. They're averaging 55 a contest, and they've scored 49 or more in all 8 of their games. And so the storyline for Clayton, can they control the line of scrimmage? Can they run the football effectively? Because they don't throw a whole lot. They have a couple of young quarterbacks. And can they keep the, limit the offensive touches for the Cleveland Rams? So we are about ready to go. It is 61 degrees. It's breezy. We were down in the field about a half hour ago. Kind of a crosswind right to left from the Cleveland sideline over to the left sideline, which is occupied by Clayton. So here we go. Cleveland 5-0 in the Greater News. Clayton 4-1 in the Greater News. So a win by the Comets tonight would draw them level in the league at the end of the regular season, but by virtue of a head-to-head win over Cleveland, they would claim the conference championship. So glad you're with us. Final week of this regular season, and Cleveland ready to kick it off. And it's Bryce Womble, and he will do the honors. Good contingent of fans on both sides of the field. It's the Rams and the Comets, and the Open Door kickoff. Open Door, the new way to sell your home. And the kickoff goes tumbling through the end zone, and we will open with a touchback.
Well, and you talked about the explosive offense of Cleveland going against the defense of Clayton. Well, how about this offense coming out in the field for Clayton? You've got some young players that have shown a lot of promise, but tonight it's going to be about getting in the red zone, executing, and then also keeping the ball away. I think time of possession is going to be huge for this Clayton offense.
All right, the quarterback for Clayton is number 16, just a sophomore, Josh Anderson. Thrown for 355 yards this year, 27 of 72. But Nehemiah Smith, along with Nadir Simmons, those are the two big featured backs. We'll see lots of Antonio Cinco as well. So Clayton will open up this contest on the touchback from the 20-yard line. They swing it out quickly to the left side and swarmed immediately by the Rams defense. And a loss of a couple of yards, and the reception made by Kyle Nesselrode. As we take a look at the Clayton offense, the starting lineups are brought to you by Talk It Out NC.
The running game tonight is going to be huge. They've got to rely on the offensive line. Brandon Hicks is the star up front, the left tackle. He's going to have to clear a path on that left side.
And a loss of a couple of yards on that first down play. So there's the sophomore quarterback, Josh Anderson. And his job is not to beat Cleveland with his arm, just make the right game decisions. Simmons in the pistol behind him will take the carry, sneak through, and he's stretched out close to the 25-yard line. Keyshawn Monk brings him down for the Cleveland Rams as we take a look at the Clayton defense that we will see coming up a little bit later.
Yeah, and for this defense for Cleveland, it's fast, it's athletic. They're going to blitz almost every single play to try to confuse the offensive line for Clayton. So we'll see if they can protect up front.
And there's a look at the Cleveland defense. Monk leads the team, 65 tackles, had one there. It's third down at about 6. Out of the gun, Anderson will hand it off and stretching toward the marker that's going to be close. Near the 30, looks like the spot will be good enough for a first down for Nadir Simmons and the Clayton Comets.
Well, Simmons is a physical running back. He's a big kid, 5'11", 200 pounds. You see him there finish off this run. Look at him after contact, going right up the middle. Nice block to seal things off, and then just dragging tacklers. He had the will. He knew where the sticks were. He just reached it out far enough to pick up the first down.
The resolve needed to keep possession here. Very important early injection of confidence for the Clayton Comets. They're only averaging about 20 points a game. And a Hall Insurance first down. Hall Insurance providing quality insurance products to our senior community. Simmons again in the backfield. Anderson checks with his offensive line. And it's first down for Clayton. And a whistle blown. Play clock ran out. And it will be delayed game against the Clayton Comets. Ken Kendall is our referee tonight. And I believe a timeout was called by Clayton just before the play clock expired. So no penalty, and to the sideline come the Comets. And we will take an early timeout. Opening possession of the game, a first down for the Comets when we come back. Back to beautiful Nixon Fowler Stadium on the high school campus of Clayton. Opening possession of the game, a first down on a 3rd and 6, which will be key for the Comets tonight. A couple of determined runs by Nadir Simmons. Play fake his way. They swing it. Grabbed by Nesselrode over the 40 and tackled to the 43 line. Keyshawn Munn brings it down. And a rare pass play, successful play for Josh Anderson and Clayton.
Well, Nesselrode's a talented sophomore. His quarterback right here, Anderson, good job with the play fake, getting the ball out on the flat, and then here finishing off the run physical again to get the first down.
All Insurance Company first down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. So a couple of runs inside the tackles by Simmons, and a couple of sophomore to sophomore receptions from Anderson to Nesselrode. Keep the game simple offensively, spinning forward like a hurricane. Simmons will pick up a couple.
And I like the play calling so far for Clayton, trying to keep the defense off balance. You mix in the run, the pass, get Anderson out on the edge, let him use his legs. The biggest thing is rely on the offensive line. This is a big group up front, and Shane Handy has really done a great job building this program.
Won't see a lot through the air for the Comets, but their top target is Everett Boyd. Senior, 13 receptions, couple of touchdowns. He's wearing number 1. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And Anderson still communicating with the sideline. In motion. And on the jet sweep, running around the left side, and that's Josh Amerson, and Amerson strung out nicely. Excellent pursuit defensively by the Rams, and that'll go for a loss of a couple. 3rd and 11 now for Clayton.
For Cleveland's defense, this is all about recognition, seeing the quick sweep, and then the speed here, just stringing it out, and then look at them just coming over, swarming in packs, 5 different defenders coming over to help make the play.
So these are the moments, 3rd and long, and this is what Cleveland's defense has feasted on this year. They're giving up only 9 points a game. 4 of their 8 opponents have failed to break double digits. A shutout over Cary in week 1 and a shutout over Southeast Raleigh a couple of weeks ago. 3rd and 11, and they come with pressure. Anderson in trouble, escapes one, buys some time, throws into traffic, and it's incomplete off of the fingertips of De'Arian Campbell. It did get through, but incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Well, Cleveland brought the house, and Anderson, the young sophomore, athletic, getting outside the pocket here. He found a man. It was dangerous, though. Double coverage.
Again, you can see him extending the play. It's just the speed of this Rams defense. Again, it really shines, especially on 3rd and long situations.
Off the fingertips of Mason Kirkendall, and it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs for Clayton, and now they will kick it away. And Mason Rambo will kick it away. Some pressure coming, and it goes into a little bit of a breeze. And we'll check up right around the 35-yard line. That's where the first offensive session of the night for the Cleveland Rams begins. So Clayton took 4 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock, couple of first downs, but now we'll get a look at this vaunted offense of Skylar Locklear, who's thrown for 14 touchdowns and no interceptions this year, over 1,350 yards. And Omarion Hampton, a North Carolina commit, 1,264 yards on the ground, averaging 14+ yards a touch and 25 touchdowns. So the task is huge for the Comets defense tonight. And the defense, though, Jay, has been improving over the last several weeks. It was cut up pretty badly early in the season, though. So Skylar Locklear on first down. Keeps it inside the tackles, out over the 40 to about the 41-yard line as we take a look at the starting lineups, brought to you by Talk It Out NC.
Well, this is an athletic group and their skill position group. Middleton, Gones, Insco, and Hargrove, great wide receivers, but up front, Avery Stanley's the anchor of this offensive line.
And Hampton shifts to the right to the quarterback, Locklear. Picked up 4 on first down. He'll swing it around the left end, move forward, level a would-be tackler at the 45, and it's through contact and almost up to midfield. That'll be a first down for the Rams. And here's a look at the Talk It Out NC starting lineups for the Clayton defense.
Donovan Spellman, one of the best defensive ends in the state, going to Appalachian State. Cade Cyrus, a great bookend, and then Mason Rambo right in the middle of the defense. He's the leader.
First out from the 48. Comets showing blitz. They come with 4. Locklear with time. Pressure from the backside. Avoids it somehow. And then throws incomplete on the right sideline of the 50-yard line.
Well, this was outstanding by Nehemiah Prince and Brinkley getting into the backfield. But how about the play of Locklear here, getting outside the pocket. Here he sees the pressure coming out to the right and then recognizing it and then not putting the ball in harm's way, not taking the big hit, either just throwing it away, living to fight another down here. A smart decision by Locklear.
Jayshon Middleton, number 8 for Cleveland, her top target, 30 receptions this year. Had a 4-touchdown game against Southeast Raleigh a couple of weeks ago. And he comes in motion on 2nd and 10. Still 9 seconds on the play clock. And the play clock down at 2. Handoff comes to Hampton. And Hampton gobbled up just around midfield, maybe 3. And it brings up 3rd down. And these are the moments for the Clayton Comet defense. Can they get off the field in 3rd and moderate?
And Mason Blaine coming up and making the play. But you're right, 3rd and long situations. Can the secondary hold up? The strength is this front 7, but can the secondary be strong?
3rd and 8. Locklear wanting to throw. Swings it to the right side. Finds his man to the 40-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. And the tackle right into the sidelines. And it's C.J. Hargrove. And a penalty marker does come in. It might have been a little unnecessary roughness on that sideline after it looked like Hargrove had taken that one over the boundary. And if this is unnecessary roughness, tack 15 more yards on it. And
here it is, a nice
personal
throw.
foul on Alejandro Rubio, number 45, on this tackle right there, 10 feet out of bounds.
Yeah, and there you've just got to hold up. You can't, over on the sideline, make that play and give this offense 15 easy yards.
So it's 1st down now, all the way down to the 23-yard line. Locklear out of the gun. Middleton in motion, reverses back. And this is Hampton. Met right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. And there's Cade Cyrus defensively for Clayton, leads the team in tackles. He has 9 sacks this year, and he's a man to watch tonight.
Yeah, 6'2", 240 pounds, just beats the block to the inside. Good job swimming underneath the tackle. And then Rambo coming in to help him clean it up. They've been physical so far.
8-2 for Hampton, 2nd and 8 from the 20. Locklear dancing, giving up a lot of time. Now throws to the sideline, finds Hargrove, and Hargrove toward the sideline, incomplete.
All right, another 3rd and long coming up. On the previous play, Cleveland did a nice job with that route running ability, sitting in the zone coverage to pick it up. We'll see here if it goes to man-to-man and the Comets bring a blitz.
3rd down now here for the Rams. A little more than halfway through this opening quarter. Scoreless game. Hampton behind Locklear, and Hampton gets the call. Room running left, full head of speed, and he's undercut and around the 16-yard line. That's John Emerson. One-on-one tackle in some space, and it's 4th down.
Well, this is a heck of a collision between Hampton and Emerson. Nice job by Emerson, being physical and staying low. Look at this run, 3rd and long, running play to the outside. Look at this hit right here. Both guys just attacking each other, no hesitation on either side.
The offense for the Rams remains on the field. 4th down, we'll call it 4th and 4. From right around the 16-yard line, inside the CPI security red zone. Locklear, Hampton to his right. Runs the pocket to the right side. He'll throw back across the middle. And the catch is made with a knee down on the reception. And that will be a 1st down, down around the 6-yard line. A nice throw across the body. Once again, hooking up with C.J. Hargrove.
And a nice play call by Scott Riley here. Getting Locklear out of the pocket, sprint out to the right, and then the defense flowing over. Just finding that open spot, and Hargrove sitting in that soft spot of the zone, presenting a target.
And another Hall Insurance Company 1st down. 1st and goal. Locklear keeps, switches to the left arm, tries to cut back, and he's spun around and tackled right around the 5-yard line. Excellent tackle again by John Emerson. He has shown some defensive skills on this drive.
Well, going against this running game, if you're a defensive back, you've got to be physical. And Emerson, again, showing off how tough he is. Look at him there. He's not faked out, stays with a strong base, makes the play. You don't have to only stop Hampton with Locklear. He's averaging over 12 yards per carry as well. So they've got 2 great running backs in the backfield.
All right, you got Hampton and Locklear. They have combined a rush for 36 touchdowns on the ground this year. They're in the backfield. A penalty marker is dropped down by the official on the near sideline. And it's offsides against Clayton. And that will move this drive 2 yards closer to the goal line. So it will remain 2nd and goal. 2nd penalty on Clayton on this drive.
I think here you just got to feed the ball to Hampton. This is where he's been dominant all season long.
And it will be Hampton trying the right side toward the goal line, and he is no signal yet. And he is in. Hampton in for a 2-yard touchdown run. That is number 26 this season. And Cleveland is a 6-0 lead.
On Hampton running over towards the right side behind Terrence Simon, Cody Ellis, but he's short. Looked like he was going to be in the end zone.
I didn't see any arms go up by the officials. They started to celebrate, though, and they mark him just short of the goal line. He was kind of rolling over almost into the end zone, but that was not granted. So 3rd and goal now from inside the 1-yard line. So Locklear picks up a fumbled snap, and he'll run it into the left side and inside the pylon. Touchdown, Cleveland, and it's a 6-0 lead now for the Rams.
Well, Locklear dangerous with his legs as well. Once he picked that ball up, you can see the speed immediately sprinting over towards the left. We'll see with the fake of Hampton in the backfield, little zone read play that was going to be called, but as soon as that ball ricocheted, he just picked it up and immediately dashed over towards the pylon.
Boy, bails him out with a low snap that came on this brand new turf right into his hands and runs it in. And a 6-0 lead. Wake Tech touchdown brought to you by Wake Tech. Lead the way at Wake Tech. And the extra point is up and good. So 3:32 left in the opening quarter. Cleveland on the road, unbeaten, 2nd ranked in the state with a 7-0 lead on Clayton. Late City's opening quarter, 7-0 lead for unbeaten Cleveland. Touchdown run on a third and goal situation for their quarterback, Skylar Locklear. So Cleveland ready to march it off and give it back to the Clayton offense. And Jay, what have you learned about Clayton and its opportunity here tonight against Cleveland?
Well, they did a nice job executing in their passing game, and what you can see early on here is this is an offense that has balance. They don't just rely on their running game. Out in the middle of the field, they really had to pick up those first down conversions through the air, but then inside the red zone, they're dominant with their rushing attack.
End over end, and this is a live ball picked up delicately around the 20-yard line and surging forward for a couple of yards on the open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home.
Patrick, I'll tell you, though, the Clayton defense did a great job stopping the run really outside of the 20-yard line. I mean, they were stuffing the running lanes. They just got to find a way to get off the field on third down.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you don't make any stupid penalties in this game. We saw the one personal foul at the back end of a reception because this rivalry is just so intense. Everybody's on guard. The parents are on guard, the players, the coaching staff, and the officials, and they know if they see anything unseemly for a game like this, the flags are coming out to try and maintain control. So the drive begins from the 23-yard line, dancing around in the backfield, and ripped down for a loss of a couple of yards at the sophomore quarterback, Josh Anderson. And on the tackle, Carson Cook, number 45 there for the Cleveland defense.
And Cook has that motor. Watch him run in here, does not give up. Again, fighting off the block. He's such a feisty performer up in that front seven. This is a quick group, very athletic, and they know how to shed the blocks to make the play.
And Cook actually forced him to Braxton Gardner, number 44, senior, finishing off on that tackle, lost 3. So second and long now for Clayton. And a quick pass to the right side. And that's Kirkendall and nowhere to go. So we've seen some successful passes so far by the Comets, but they're almost the quick outside screens trying to get guys in space. But the Rams defense very, very quick and beating some blockers downfield.
Well, I like the play call because you get the ball out of Anderson's hand quickly. Don't let the pass rush get to him. The key there, though, is on the outside, the wide receivers have to block. You've got to hold up, otherwise there's minimal gains, and now it forces a third and long.
Lost in 2 more yards, so 3rd and 14 here for Clayton. And they can't afford to be in this situation very much. Blitz coming, and dancing around, tossing it dangerously across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Everett Boyd. That pass was far behind him, and it's incomplete, and Clayton will be forced to punt it away for the second time.
Again, pressure in the backfield. Anderson does a nice job extending the play, keeping his eyes up. But, you know, when you've got guys flying in your face, it's 3rd and long situation. He saw the crossing route coming across. He just couldn't get the ball in line there. Again, good coverage by the secondary.
So Hampton is back to return. His heels are right on the 50-yard line. And Mason Rambo taking his time. He gets some contact, and they will not throw a penalty. And the ball lands the 45, goes on the other side of the 50, and gets about 10 more yards on the roll. There was contact against the punter as Rambo went down, but the official immediately put his hands outside and said there's going to be no penalty here. We'll take a look at some contact here.
As the ball's kicked, and there was contact. I think it's a good call, no call there. Rambo kicked that ball, and now here going back to his middle linebacker spot. He had a really good drive on that first drive with his run stuffing ability.
All right, so here comes Locklear on the Rams offense for the second time. 7-0 lead, 1:50 left in the opening quarter. And the Rams swing it to the right side. And it's caught by Goins across midfield and down to about the 42-yard line. So the sophomore Cameron Goins, who came in motion behind the play, took a little swing pass and had full acceleration up the field quickly.
Well, the difference here between both offenses, look at the blocking outside. Good job by the wide receivers clearing a path. C.J. Hargrove, Middleton as well, just locking up and allowing Goins to get the big game.
A gain of 12 for Hall Insurance Company, first down. And now this is Locklear spinning around and nowhere to go. And he's tackled for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards. And there's Cade Cyrus, number 11.
Well, Cyrus cleaning it up on the backside. But there, that was Spellman just flying into the backfield. 11.5 sacks on the year, number 8. He's going to Appalachian State. Very athletic, and Cade Cyrus and him form a great tandem up front. And we'll see the number 8 fly through there, and then Cyrus just comes back again, hustling to make the play.
So a loss of 4. Inside a minute for the opening quarter. Hampton, little hesitation, now straight ahead, and then pulled back. That will give him a forward progress to about the 41.
Well, the thing that impresses me with Hampton is the number 1 is speed, but also it's the toughness. There wasn't a huge lane there to run, but he just runs so aggressively, keeps his legs moving, and has that power finishing off his runs.
All right, 3rd down, they need about 9. Locklear buys some time. Easy toss to the sideline, right in stride inside the 25-yard line. What a throw, and right on target to Sean Middleton. And that is enough for a 1st down for the Rams.
The front 7 for Clayton is focused on stopping the run, and that's what's opening up the passing attack. Locklear, plenty of time here. Accurate throw. Well, how about the route there, going towards the sideline, but throttling down here, knowing where it is to get both feet in bounds. Good job by Middleton.
It's a pickup of about 17 yards. 1st down, Rams. Inside the 24-yard line. Locklear holding on to it this time. He'll dart to the right and take a pretty good hit. A couple of yards in the pickup, but it was Christian Harrell, number 13, who made the initial hit to the quarterback Locklear. And that might get us down to the end of the 1st quarter. Doesn't look like there is any rush here for the Rams to get one more play off. And on the road, unbeaten regular season finale. They will take a touchdown lead in the 2nd quarter. Locklear, the 1-yard run with about 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. That's the lead for the Rams through 1.
Well, welcome back to Clayton here right now. The Comets trail visiting Cleveland. Shane Handy's first opportunity to host the rival in the fall for the 2nd-year head coach. Now, when Handy took this job in January of 2020, he knew immediately there was a need for a takeover of facilities and projects. Already underway here at Clayton was a brand new field house, and you take a look at this right here. It's absolutely stunning. More than just that, though, he was allowed, Handy, to take over the projects. The next thing on his list to to take care of was building the Comets a new workout facility, a brand new weight room. They put the turf inside there and got new weights throughout. And last but most certainly not least, in September of 2021, they completed this turf field we're looking at right now.
And on that turf field, on the first play of the second quarter, a touchdown pass from Locklear to Ja'Sean Middleton. And that will cover about 23 yards. It's a 13-0 lead for Cleveland.
Well, Middleton's going to be the next guy to really blow up on the recruiting scene. And here, again, breaking free, wide open. Locklear finding him. And the junior has impressed me so far with his route running ability, his speed, just his ability to get open.
So the Wake Tech touchdown makes it 13-0. Lead the way at Wake Tech. And the extra point is good. So 8 seconds and 1 play in this second quarter. So a flag comes down on the extra point. And it's going to be offsides against Clayton. So and the extra point, we'll see if the officials will make them re-kick here. And it looks like they will. They're going to give the kicker, Bryce Womble, another 7 or 8 inches here closer, and they will try one more extra point to make it 14-0. So that's the 15th touchdown pass by Locklear this season. He gets no interceptions, and there is no defender that picked up Middleton whatsoever. And the extra point is good, 14-0 Cleveland.
Well, right now, for Cleveland's offense, they're able to run it and through the air. They're attacking, being very aggressive. For the defense, for the Comets, you've got to take away something. You've got to find a way, to slow down this running attack. But then your secondary's got to hold up. And with the offense coming on the field, you're going to have to score points tonight to stay in the game.
So the Comets again just once beaten within the conference by Garner 4 weeks ago, 21-20, 3 straight wins since. But this is a different caliber of competition here tonight. Coming up at halftime, the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. We will have this week's Riddle and Brantley Scholar athletes participating in school interviews with the principals. We'll have highlights and more. Don't wait to vaccinate. Find a COVID-19 vaccine location near you at myspot.nc.gov. So 14-0 lead for unbeaten Cleveland. How imperative is this drive now for Clayton, not only to take time off the clock, but score?
Very important. I think you've got to gain some confidence here, cut into this league, and then also pick up some third down conversions. I just think with this offensive attack, they've got to find a way not only to run the ball, we've seen them do that and have some success, but you've got to take some shots down the field and test the secondary, because right now Cleveland is loading the box.
The Rams will kick it off. Bryce Womble, number 16, marches it off. And ready for the open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home. And this one will tumble out toward midfield. Onside kick try, and I don't believe it was touched by Cleveland until went after 10 yards on it. Is Keyshawn Monk, number 2. But the officials will get together and see. And that caught a lot of people by surprise. It had to go 10 yards before his touch by Cleveland. Clayton could touch it whenever they wanted.
It is Comets ball.
And it'll be Clayton football. Jay will walk us through here.
Well, it looks like they're saying that Cleveland touched at about 8 yards.
I think right there at the inside of the right knee of Monk. I mean, they had 5 Cleveland players surrounding that football. If it just took a hop that missed Monk's leg. But a bad break for the Rams. That's a big break for Clayton, because they now have a short field. This drive begins the 49-yard line inside Rams territory, and they desperately need some points. So the Clayton offense back on the field. Anderson, the quarterback, claps the hands once, hands it off right up the middle, and very little, if any, on first down.
No gain on the play. Will bring up second down.
Well, and for Cleveland, we've talked about how explosive their offense has been for the past couple of years, but it's been their defense. That's the reason why they made the state championship last year, and how they've really shot up the rankings, is because this defense is athletic. They're fast. They're very fundamentally sound, and they've really taken a huge step forward and really matched their offense as far as how they play.
Loss of a yard on first down. Nehemiah Smith now in at running back. Anderson, quicker, and immediately in the backfield is Ryan Klipp, and he blows that play up. Finished off by Dylan Pardue, number 42, but it was Ryan Klimp, number 17, who almost was in the backfield on the exchange.
And Klimp is a technician. Here, look at him here. He shoots through the gap, but what he did was he just used his hands, got him inside, and then threw his man out of the way, and that's what enabled him to get it back into the backfield so easily.
Second possession in a row now. We've seen the first two offensive plays for Clayton go for negative yards. And here are the Comets at 3rd and 15. They need the Cleveland 39-yard line to continue this possession. Spinning out of there is Anderson. Wants to throw it downfield to the sideline. Incomplete. Looking for Kirkendall, the sideline. And it's 4th down, and that is not at all what Clayton was hoping to get. After the onside kick was nearly successful, you take over the drive at the 49-yard line, you go in reverse.
Well, the Comets just have to do a better job on 1st and 2nd down. You cannot be consistent on 3rd and long. You've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down and pick up positive yards. And then if you get to 3rd down, it's more manageable. But right there, the defense knew it was a pass. They flew into the backfield, and Anderson had to get rid of it.
And so Mason Rambo, who did take some contact the last time he punted, he's in there to kick it away again for the 3rd time tonight for Clayton. And Amari and Hampton back to return around the 15-yard line. We'll see what kind of pressure the Rams bring from the edges. And this one spirals downfield. Hampton lets it bounce and will roll inside the 10. The Comets have 4 defenders there to down it once it stops rolling. Back at the 3-yard line. 51-yard kick by Rambo and spotted perfectly. 14-0 Cleveland leads. Rams back on offense when we come back. Early portion, 2nd quarter, 14-0 lead for the Rams over Clayton. Patrick Keenis, Jay Soenhalter, and Marilyn Payne down in the field on this breezy Friday night. Final regular season game before the playoffs kick in next week. Cleveland 8-0, 5-0 in the conference. Clayton 5-4 and a 4-1. And a 1st down carry, just trying to get a little bit of daylight on 1st down for Hampton. Hampton for a couple of yards.
All right, if you're a Comet defender here, your offense is having some struggles right now. You've played pretty well, especially in run stuffing ability. So what are you doing here? You're trying to get a turnover. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense and create a big spark play.
This is Locklear passing from his end zone. A lot of air underneath it into double coverage. Incomplete, looking for C.J. Hargrove, who had a very big 1st quarter offensively. 3rd down and long now, and this is exactly now where the Comets need to execute on the defensive side.
Yeah, especially in the secondary here. There's a nice job on the back end by Byron Smith, Christian Harrell, the safety and the cornerback. But here, so passing down, the secondary has to do a nice job in coverage.
They need to reach the 14-yard line. Onto the gun is Skylar Locklear. And Locklear will hand it off, and the Comet defense will get there. Football, though, is loose. And did Clayton recover? They're digging forward to the bottom of the pile. And it is Clayton football. Ty Streeter, the defensive tackle, comes out of there with it. And Clayton will have the football right at the 10-yard line of Cleveland.
And there's the spark. The defense coming up with the huge play. And Streeter, the strongest guy on the team, right in the middle of the defense. Here's Hampton going through there. Looked like it was Spellman and Cyrus Jones going through. We'll see here. Cade Cyrus and Mason Bland as well down there, and Streeter just picking it up. Look at them, they're wrestling for the ball.
Sudden change, 1st and goal. A handoff, juking ahead, moving to the goal line, Simmons, and Simmons is in. Touchdown, Clayton. One play after the fumble. And Nadir Simmons takes it in from 9 yards out. And a major pivot for the Comets.
Here's the momentum shift. Look at this physical running ability, the want to by Simmons to get in the end zone. This is a completely different ball game now. Clayton fired up, taking advantage of the turnover.
So a 9-yard touchdown run by Nadir Simmons, just his 2nd touchdown of the year. The extra point, though, was pushed wide, no good. And with 9:30 left in the first half, it's now 14-6 Cleveland.
It was a nice response by Clayton. Talked about earlier on that drive, getting a turnover. Well, they did it. You get in the end zone quickly here. Now, that 1 point could be costly here, but now over on the sideline, you can see the energy pick up for Clayton.
All right, a reminder, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. 14-6, Cleveland on top. And an infusion of belief on the Clayton Comets sideline, spurred by the defense and the punt that settled inside the 5-yard line that really began to topple the dominoes for the Comets.
Well, that's got to be the recipe tonight. Who's your best unit? It's the front 7 on the defensive side of the ball. They stood strong there, got the offense the ball back, and then it all began with the special teams play. That's how they've got to win tonight, special teams and defense.
There was that punt by Mason Rambo that rolled inside the 5-yard line, and then they had the big hit in the strip of Amari and Hampton, who is back to return this kickoff. Here's the approach by Everett Boyd. And Hampton moving forward, and some miscommunication with his teammate, but Hampton has it, and he'll run it across the field. Gets out of 1 tackle, still on his feet, and then punished down shy of the 20-yard line. Good pursuits across the field by the kick coverage team of Clayton.
Well, now here the response for Cleveland will be interesting. You know, very uncharacteristic turnover. We've seen them have success through the air, but I think they've got to get the ball to Hampton on the outside. Let him use his speed. Right now, running in between the tackles. The front 7's done a nice job slowing him down, but they've got to get him on the edges.
Yeah, Hampton certainly wants to scribe the chapter of redemption after that fumble that led to the Clayton touchdown. Skylar Locklear, long count, plenty of time on the play clock, retreats in the pocket, throws across the middle and finds his man across the 20, but no more there. Marginal gain for Cameron Goins on 1st down. They may give him a couple of yards.
Well, and if you're a defensive player, you don't mind giving up a short route, but this is what you've got to do. Swarm to the football, and you cannot allow yards after the catch. 3 defenders coming over, making the play. You've got to be physical there and doing a nice job. Now 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, gain of 2. Two receivers to the right on 2nd and 8. Comets rush 4, a little misdirection. Hampton with some space around the left side. 1st down yardage and more. And he sheds what was going to be maybe a clothesline tackle into his silence, kind of ducked beneath it, and the defender went flying down. And that will be a 1st down for Clayton.
He makes it look so easy. Here's the speed to the outside. All he needs is 1 little crease. And then how about the power at the end of that run?
Yeah, there was Christian Harrell, number 13, who tried to take down Amari and Hampton, one of the top running backs in the state. Cleveland on 1st down, little toss Hampton's way, and Hampton again levels 1 and then shoves away another into the sideline. Took a left hand against Nehemiah Prince, number 14, and then Hampton is going to get whistled right here for an unsportsmanlike penalty right in the Clayton sideline. And it is a personal foul going against Cleveland star running back Amari and Hampton.
We've seen both sides have 15-yard penalties, and the previous play, he went over towards the left. This time shifting it over to the right side. We'll see him here, stiff arm. And then this is going to be the penalty.
And that's a flag every day. I mean, he's 3 steps out of bounds and right in the sideline. And we mentioned it earlier, there's so much heightened scrutiny and intensity and vitriol between these schools and these teams. The officials will not allow any marginal call to be uncalled and unflagged tonight. So back at the 25-yard line. And first down and 20 now for Cleveland. 14-6 lead for the Rams. Showing pressure, rushing forward with a stunt up the middle. Locklear heaves it, single coverage, penalty marker tossed high into the air, and the pass was maybe 4 or 5 yards overthrown, but it is likely going to be a pass interference here against Clayton. Third penalty on the Clayton Comets.
Here we'll see the contact. A little arm shove.
It's Amerson on coverage. I think the contact was prior to that replay right there, but contact seen. And that penalty marker, I mean, that was heaved into the wind. It was almost like a launching of Virgin Atlantic into space. So following the interference, he's now moved up to the 40-yard line. It remains first down and now a long 5 here for Cleveland. 8:12 left in the first half, 14-6 Rams. And now I believe they're going to say it's second down and 5. 4 receivers across the formation, 3 to the left. And Locklear takes the pocket to the left, the strong side. A lot of time to throw. Dances and spins away from pressure and buys more time. Locklear still with it. Throws downfield to the sideline, and that's incomplete. Running Stephen Elliott, number 6 on that long play, but he bought about 8 or 10 extra seconds and really made the Clayton defense in the secondary earn its stripes.
So look at Locklear here, just keeping his eyes up, staying patient, staying under control. And then this is just hustle by the defense of Clayton. And they had to stay in coverage for that long just to string it out and forcing another third down.
Big important third down play for the Clayton defense, 3rd and 5. Locklear, a little inside handoff, contact scraped off, and Hampton has the first down. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage by Cade Cyrus, but again, you brought up the speed of Hampton earlier. It was just kind of a brushing, glancing blow by Cyrus. Didn't have a chance to get in front of him.
Yeah, yards after contact. This was a counter play. Hampton took the little jab step toward the left and then came back to the right and just finished it off.
It's 9 for Hampton and a first down. Rams with the ball in a 14-6 lead. Extra man coming defensively and some contact at the sideline, but Byron Smith on the sideline plays it well. Second down.
Well, in Locklear this year, 15 touchdowns. The most impressive thing is 0 interceptions. He protects the football. He doesn't put it in harm's way. And he can throw the intermediate routes, but he can also take the long shots down the field. He's got a strong arm.
Middleton on the jet sweep around the left side, puts the head down, cuts up just outside the hash marks for about 8. Well, they like to get the ball in his hands, speed moving across the field. 3rd and short for the Rams.
Yeah, he's a burner. 6 feet, 170 pounds. ECU, Appalachian State looking at him. And he can do it all. His route running ability there. Running the football.
3rd and short. And back to Hampton. And that's good for a first down. And just driving his way through. Markers thrown. Hampton's going to take it in from 43 yards out, but there's a penalty marker down. Omari and Hampton just was not about to be denied and tackled. But we'll see if he maybe got a little bit of assistance here. Possibly a hold, maybe a spot foul. We'll see what Ken Kendall will indicate here. And the celebration has ended for the Rams. So here's the call from Ken Kendall. And the touchdown is good, and it's a face mask against Clayton. So it's a 43-yard touchdown run by Omari and Hampton, and it is now a 20-6 Cleveland lead.
And look at this run. Just refusing to be denied. Two guys coming up, and then the stiff arm. Look at how physical he is. He's a total package. See the power, the speed. He just makes it look so easy. He's a good route runner. He'll play on special teams. He does it all.
The Wake Tech touchdown brought to you by Wake Tech. Lead the way at Wake Tech. And Bryce Womble on for another extra point. And the hold, and the kick is through. 6:55 left in this first half. And Cleveland, the response after the Clayton score. And how about this? Just barreling through, running right through three different defenders, shedding one last would-be tackler. And a 43-yard touchdown run by Omari and Hampton. Cleveland up on Clayton, 21-6.
Back up. Hey, move up. 45, move up.
21-6 lead for the Rams on Clayton. 6:55 left in the first half. Big 43-yard touchdown run by Hampton. And with the personal foul face mask in the middle of that touchdown jaunt, the kickoff here from Cleveland will take place in Comets territory. And into the breeze, lands in the one, checks back. This is a live football inside the 5, and the Rams appear to be on it. And it's recovered by Cleveland inside the 5-yard line. And the recovery by Cleveland. Leron Sparks, number 22, was on it. And now tempers beginning to flare, frustrations beginning to mount for Clayton. And there is a penalty marker down right at the 1-yard line, which is where that kick landed. And I think the Comets assumed it was going to kick into the end zone, but it checked up and went back toward the 5, which is a live football.
And if this stays with Cleveland, this was outstanding hustle, not slowing down. The coverage unit just flew down there. When that ball ricocheted off, they were in a perfect spot.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, you see it there, the 1-yard line.
There's Kirkendall kind of just getting out of the way. Again, assuming that ball is going to be maybe carry into the end zone. We talked about a little bit of a wind when we came on the air, and that wind is kind of moving from behind Kirkendall back to the other end. And you see kind of the look of disdain by Kirkendall, number 18, as that ball never broke the plane of the goal line. And a personal foul and an ejection on the back end of that play against Clayton. And Shane Hanney is about to be told who is no longer allowed to play. So that is 5 penalties now on Clayton, and 3 of them of the major variety. And we'll wait and get to clarification on who has been ejected from this game for the Comets. And when you're a decided underdog against the number 2 ranked team in the States, unbeaten, you cannot afford to have one of your star players ejected when you're down by 15 in the first half. And I'm looking into the Clayton sideline. It appears that maybe John Amerson, number 5, he's been consoled by a couple of teammates on one of the benches removed from the sideline. I don't see a helmet with him either, but a couple of teammates are over there trying to comfort him, and he may have been the guilty party. We are now ready to resume, and it's going to be Cleveland football. And after that penalty, and more importantly, the ejection on that kickoff recovered by Cleveland, it's going to be down and around the 2-yard line. And there's a look at Emerson on the sideline for Clayton. So they mark it inside the 2. So Locklear, clap of the hands off Hampton. Running right, finds open territory into the end zone. 2 straight touchdowns by Omari and Hampton, and it's 27-6 Cleveland.
And inside the 5, it's almost automatic. Every time Hampton touches the ball, the offensive line up front getting push, then move the line of scrimmage, then Hampton goes in untouched. And he's been a star since his freshman year. Every coach in the country has been to Cleveland to visit him. What a huge commitment that was for Mack Brown with him going to North Carolina.
Wake Tech touchdown, lead the way at Wake Tech. And now they're looking for 2. And the snapper will toss it high to the back corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. So Cleveland looking toward the corner. Katie Harrison was rushing to that back pylon. And it's a 27-6 lead for Cleveland. But man, is this a big backbreaker for Clayton. They got the turnover, scored on a 9-yard run by Simmons to go up to trail 14-6, but now 2 touchdowns in a 10-second span by Cleveland after the botch kickoff. And we'll watch here on that kickoff, and the ejection number 5 in the blue top is going to come into the screen late right there, and that's going to be the ejection for John Emerson, number 5 for Clayton.
Well, these ball games, rivalry games, I mean, tempers are at the highest. This is fierce, and it's so tough, but you've just got to keep the penalties at a minimum, because for Clayton, you're going against one of the best teams in the state, and you can't have the turnovers. You can't have the penalties. You can't gift this offense who's so explosive.
And again, Jay, in a game like this, with the history that we've seen, I mean, we've been on this campus a few years ago where a lot of heated exchanges took place and things almost spiral out of control. You know, coming in, everybody's going to be watching for any minor thing so it doesn't kind of mushroom into a major thing. And I don't know if the ejection there was because he ran in and maybe bumped, or maybe something was said. We've seen officials with more of an attention on things that are said on the field that can lead to ejections. We saw a couple of those last week. But whatever it is, John Emerson for Clayton, and he's a very important member of their defense, is done for the Knights. Open door kickoff. And this one's short again. And the return will come from the 11. And out close to the 30-yard line goes Alejandro Rubio on the return.
All right, now it's time for the Clayton offense to go to work. A 21-point deficit, 6:41 left. You've got to have some momentum. Your defense created turnover. You got in the end zone easily. They've got to get a drive going here. You've got to have balance as well.
That's the disappointing part here for Clayton. They created the turnover earlier in the second quarter, but it might feel like a decade ago when they did and scored. So they had that momentum despite falling down 14 points early. But now they trail by 21, and they need an infusion of energy here. So Josh Anderson, the sophomore quarterback, looks to the sideline. On the hard count, he may have drawn Cleveland into the neutral zone. So there's a start for the Common offense.
Offside against the defense being called. Thomas will be 1st and 5 on their 34-yard line.
Second penalty on the Rams. Anderson again tries to lure the Rams on a hard count.
Dylan Pardue, number 42, coming off the edge, showing blitz.
Looking around, Anderson, pressure coming, and Anderson somehow escapes, rotates to the opposite side of the field, and almost to midfield for the sophomore Josh Anderson. And a flag on the field again, and a lot of Rams are applauding.
A block in the back here. Another man down for Cleveland here, but how about that run from Anderson? He's got special running ability. But it's going to come back. We'll see him here get outside the pocket, and here's the block in the back. Right here.
Yep, that's the crackback. So there is the 6th penalty on Clayton in this first half. And getting assistance off the field for Cleveland. That is Josiah Peters, the sophomore.
Peters is a talented player, started as a freshman last year. Hopefully he'll be okay. Tough to see him go down.
So it'll be a spot foul. 15 yards from the point of the crackback block. He'll move it back to the 35-yard line. So first and about 4 here for the Comets. Trailing 27-6. Smith in the backfield, takes the carry, springs it to the left side, tries to get through, and then just gets hammered by Keyshawn Monk, number 2. Just when it looked like Nehemiah Smith was about to break into the clear, Monk came out of nowhere and flattened.
Smith was out last week. Good for him to be back, right in the boots for the offense. There's the speed getting outside the edge, but how about the physical play? The huge hit by Monk.
Well, when Monk hits you, you know it.
And he plays safety, so you figure he's going to be in more coverage situation. He's got 65 tackles on the season, so he's a physical and run support.
And a Wake Tech first down, lead the way Wake Tech. First down, Comets. And the pocket collapses, and down goes the quarterback, Anderson. And Ryan Klimp, number 17, right in the middle of the action again in the backfield for Clayton.
So here's Klimp coming off the edge. The offense for Clayton's going to have to find a way to slow down this pass rush. Again, Klimp just using his hands to beat the block.
They've called his name several times already in this first half. Loss of 3. Play clock down to 5. And they're not going to get it off here. They may need to call a timeout, and they will at the last second. Play clock was down to 1. Right when Josh Anderson began to look at the play clock, glance the sideline, and a good job by the sophomore to not be penalized, calls the timeout. That leaves Clayton with 1.
Well, now in this situation, 2nd and long, we've seen the pass rush of Cleveland really take over here. How do you combat that? I think you've got to do some misdirection, a screen, try to slow down the rush and help out your offensive line.
Well, it's time for the Pepsi Fan Cam. Pepsi, made for football watching. Grab a cold, refreshing Pepsi today.
Fans are here early, too. See a couple snacks down there, some dinner. Starting to see more sweatshirts and jackets as well. Fans getting ready for the fall temperatures.
And we're below 60 degrees now here in Clayton, 59. I mean, this is high school football weather where I'm from in September, back in Illinois. Here in North Carolina, it comes late October, early November. But we've been really fortunate with clean weather almost every single game this year.
Great weather, no rain.
So the Comets have 1 timeout left in this half. 2nd down and about 14. Hustling to the right, Anderson throws on the run, and a nice catch made across the 45 to the 47. And another penalty marker is down, however, back at the 40-yard line.
Anderson is good on the run, keeping his eyes up, staying composed.
And it looks like this is going against Clayton as well. If the gestures from the Rams are correct. Shane Haney a little bit perplexed by the imbalance in the scales of penalties. That's going to be the 7th charged against Clayton in this first half. Cleveland called for just 2. And it's going to be, I believe, illegal touching was the call against Clayton on that play, and a loss of down.
Well, we talked about helping out the offensive line. We've seen this coaching staff for Clayton try to get Anderson on the move to elude the pass rush. And now a 3rd down coming up.
It's a dangerous moment now for Clayton. 3rd and 10. Boyd in motion. Looking his way, looking downfield, he will heave it. Once again, Martin leaps up inside the 20 and incomplete. Overshot him by a couple of yards. Stephen Elliott back in coverage. 4th down for the Comets.
So great coverage by Cleveland. For Clayton, I like the aggressiveness. This is a tough defense. It's hard to go with short plays, short chunk plays. You've got to take some shots in here. Testing out the secondary, one-on-one coverage. Well, a little bit too deep, but again, I like the play call, just trying to take a shot down the field and pick up a huge gain.
That's just one of the first times where Anderson has had time in the pocket to scan and step into a deep ball. So 4th down, Clayton will punt it away for the 4th time in the game. And this one, again, a spiral, grabbed inside the 25 by Hampton, tries to shed one man and does, stays on his feet to the 30, now to the 40, up the sideline, and he is almost impossible to bring down. Omarion Hampton looked like he was going to be dropped down right where he caught that punt as one more penalty marker is dropped near midfield. And we'll see what this call is going to be. It's again unsportsmanlike. This one will go against Cleveland.
Well, and Hampton, he's got a different gear. I mean, here, look at the power, just shoving guys off him. Then here, the speed takes over. We'll see here, going down the sideline. Big hit from Jones and Hampton.
Yeah, that helmet popped right off Cade Cyrus, number 11. So the officials are still talking about this penalty where the flag was dropped at the 46-yard line. You see a lot of those officials kind of logging the penalties and against whom the penalties were called. And so repeating the penalty there, unsportsmanlike against Cleveland. Well, that will move things back to just outside the 30-yard line. 4:43 left first half, 27-6 Cleveland leading Clayton.
For Clayton's defense, earlier on we talked about the importance of getting turnovers here. Another situation, you can't allow this offense to get in the end zone again. Going into the halftime break, you've got to get a stand here. Try to go after the football and slow down Hampton.
And Cleveland will get the ball coming out of halftime as well. So Skylar Locklear, the quarterback, the senior, with Hampton to his right. Little misdirection play. This is Hampton for one of the first times in the game. An ankle tackle made by Mason Rambo, and he was not going to let Hampton escape that one.
Rambo's such a good leader in the middle of the defense. Mason Bland as well, number 6, coming up in run support. Both those two working as a tandem. Rambo and Bland bringing them down. That's what you got to do on first down. Minimal gains.
And a couple of yards for Hampton. Low snap. Hampton, the fake. And here's Locklear on the right side, strung out on his feet, and finally gang tackled after a pickup of a couple, scrambling to the outside. 3rd and long now for the Rams.
Now this is great effort from the defense. It was a zone read play where Locklear held the ball in Hampton's lap as long as he could. Looked like it was going to be a huge game. Look at this. Just the hesitation and then boom, taking off. And here's the team speed just stringing it out and forcing a 3rd down.
Yeah, good work by Christian Harrell to slow things down and force kind of the re-entry upfield. And reinforcements came. 3rd down, a long 5. Locklear, quick slant, grabbed by Hargrove, who escapes one tackle and dragged down inside the 40-yard line. Beautiful timing combination from Locklear to Hargrove, and a 1st down for the Rams.
It was a slant route, one-on-one coverage. And Hargrove is on the track team here. He shows it off, beating his man, and then make one man miss, and it's off to the races.
Well, they have some speed of their wideouts. Middleton, a 4.48 40-yard dash, and then you throw Hargrove in there. And now another dose of Omarion Hampton, who once again will be pushed back but not knocked down. And a solid 1st down carry for Hampton, give him about 7. Inside now 3 minutes for the first half.
And with Hampton, you see the talent. He's such a hard worker. Scott Riley's talked about his humble attitude. Everybody looks up to him. I believe he's going to make an immediate impact at Chapel Hill next year.
Pocket holds, pass outside the numbers left side, and does get through, and it's caught by Camden Insco. Insco inside the 10. Beautiful concentration to see this one in.
And Insco, he can play in the slot or on the outside, and here's a wheel route wide open. And the focus to bring that in. As that ball came in, he got some contact, focused all the way through.
And inside the CPI security red zone, CPI protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years. First and goal, Cleveland from the 6. And here's Locklear, sprinting right, away from trouble, throws into the end zone, and connects with Middleton for the second time in the game. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, the penalty marker down to the 4-yard line. And will this touchdown stay on the board? And it will not. Illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield call against the Rams. Going to back that up. Cancel out touchdown.
All right, here it is. See if an offensive lineman runs down the field over on that right side in the end zone. Now for the Comets defense here, Patrick, a win would be forcing a field goal here. You just have the touchdown called back. Now, can you keep the offense out of the end zone here? You know, try to give the ball back to your offense one more time before the halftime break.
And this is first and goal, push back outside the 10-yard line. Locklear handles a low snap, shovel toss left side, Hampton. And Hampton brought down on that sideline around the 6 or 7 yard line. So second and goal now for the Rams as we tick down close to 2 minutes for the half.
And for Hampton, they're staying in bounds. This clock is running. And the goal here for an offensive player is score a touchdown, but let's limit the time left for Clayton.
Well, Locklear's had a virtually an error-free opening half for the Rams. Second and goal. Locklear looking to the right side of the end zone. And it's intercepted by Clayton. Alejandro Rubio out near midfield. Cuts in the middle inside the 50. Rubio all the way to the right and takes a knee inside the 40. Sudden change. Rubio steps in front of what was going to be a touchdown pass. And the junior with a game-saving play and gives the Comets hope.
And here's the momentum shift. Rubio has been outstanding all season long. They're just reading the eyes and then jumping in front of the route. And then this return is huge because now you get the ball right around the 37-yard line. Give your offense a chance, but what a play by Rubio jumping in front with the interception.
63-yard interception return by Rubio. And the Comets now have a minute 26 and one timeout to try and get back into this one. And a good push by the offensive line on first down for about 7.
Well, and you never know. Patrick, you never know when you can create a big play. And right there is looking like Cleveland was going to go in for another touchdown. They had the touchdown called back with the penalty, and this was going to be a huge halftime deficit. Well, Cleveland now, you can make this a 2-score game and go into the halftime break with confidence.
And what did I say just before that play of the quarterback Locklear? Virtually an error-free first half. That is his first interception thrown all year. And here's Cinco, his second straight carry, shoves away a would-be tackler and takes it down to the 20-yard line. That will stop the clock momentarily. 46 seconds left. And Cinco, a spark off of the Clayton sideline.
And you can feel the energy. Just by the way, Cinco was running there, finishing it off. The offensive line moving the line of scrimmage.
And a Wake Tech first down. These are the first 2 running plays we've seen from Cinco all night. And now a keeper by the quarterback, Anderson. He spun around right around the line of scrimmage. And Anderson wanted a penalty. It's not coming. Clayton has 1 timeout left, and I believe they've used it. And Clayton is now out of timeouts.
Timeouts being called by the Comets.
So 31 seconds left here in this first half. 27-6 Cleveland leading. But Cleveland was going in for the kill shot just a moment ago, and Clayton now an opportunity to get back to within 2 scores.
All right, and now you've got time here, but what do you have to do to manage the clock? You've got to throw to the sidelines or throw the ball into the end zone, and for Anderson, you cannot take a sack.
A reminder coming up at halftime, just 31 seconds away, the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. This week's Riddle and Brantley Scholar athletes, interviews with the school principals, highlights, and more. Don't wait to vaccinate. Find a COVID-19 vaccine location near you. myspot.nc.gov. So here come the Clayton Comets, out of timeouts now. Trailing 27-6. But the massive interception and then return of 63 yards by Alejandro Rubio, giving Clayton a chance here late in the second quarter. This is 2nd and 11. Anderson faking, rolling to the right side, throws to the end zone. It's over, shooting Everett Boyd in double coverage. 26 seconds left in its third down.
Well, I like the play design there. Rambo going out into the flat, and then Boyd on the post route. See Anderson, look at how good he is on the move, keeping his eyes up, strong arm. Ball just sailed a little bit.
He just has not had the accuracy yet on the long shots down the field. He's only had a couple of those. Third down, 26 seconds left. And Jay, has to be 4-down territory. You're not going to come back and beat Cleveland with field goals. So I would imagine we'll see a couple of shots here downfield again for Anderson. Just a sophomore. Brings Boyd in motion. Anderson scrambling to his right, steps up, throws on the run, and this is beyond the back of the end zone. And that brings up 4th down for the Comets.
And what has Cleveland done? They brought Omarion Hampton into the ball game, so he's rushing off the edge. He's who got into the backfield to force Anderson to elude, but when your best player is Omarion Hampton, an unselfish player, he'll play special teams, running back now over on the defensive side. In a big moment here, you bring him into the ball game.
Yeah, Hampton back after that broken ankle last year. On special teams, he's now on defense, number 28. This is 4th down now for Clayton. They need 11 to keep the drive going. Anderson purchasing some time, needs to make a big play happen, throws toward the end zone, and it is tipped away, incomplete. And I don't see any flags down. Broken up by Stephen Elliott, number 6 for Cleveland. And despite the end zone interception brought back by Clayton's Rubio, at the very last moment, stepping in front of that pass was Elliott to deny a Clayton touchdown.
You've got to give a lot of credit to the defense there. A sudden change coming out here. Cleveland kind of facing a Comets team that had the momentum there, a lot of energy, and they found a way to get off the field.
Now 1 knee away from halftime and a 21-point lead on the road.
You know, in most situations, this would be a knee, but with Hampton,
yeah, good point.
You never know.
Looked like a little motion on the offensive line, though, by the Rams. But drawn off, evidently. Offsides against Clayton. 8 first-half penalties on the Comets.
I mean, his ability really is amazing. Because you could hand the ball off to him here, and he could take it the distance.
Yeah, you're saying 74 yards away. They're in scoring range.
They are in scoring position.
We'll see what the Rams elect to do. Play clock down to 9.
After the penalty, looking at 1st and 5 for the Rams.
So Locklear with Hampton to his right. And it will be Hampton. Should be the final play of this first half. And Hampton toward the sideline. Stays in bounds, surging forward, still on his feet. Oh goodness, he's at the 40 and brought down. Oh, that might have been one of those lifetime moments we were a second away from seeing. And that will draw us to an entertaining close of the opening half. Cleveland 27, Clayton 6 at the break.
You can see the rivalry play out on the field by how hard both teams are playing. In Cleveland, their offense has been as advertised, and Clayton here going to the halftime break. You got to make some adjustments and get something going on the offensive end for yourself.
Well, here's one last look at that final play. And how close was this to being a play that you would tell your grandkids about 60 years from now if you're Omarion Hampton?
He's so dangerous. I mean, look at him. He refuses to give up.
I think he was probably maybe that tackle away from giving himself a real chance. So Cleveland averaging 55 a game, 27 at the half. And let's go to Marilyn Payne, who is with the Cleveland head coach, Scott Riley.
Coach, you emphasized the importance of winning the line of scrimmage to win this ball game. What has your unit done on both sides of the ball in that regard tonight?
I think we've done all right there. I think they're winning the line of scrimmage right now on both sides of the football, but we've gotten better as the games got on, and hopefully we can improve in the second half and have a strong second half front.
How has your team been able to overcome the fact that you don't feel they're winning the line of the scrimmage at this point?
Great plays, and I don't say that they're dominating the line of scrimmage. We kind of get in a draw right there, and we want to win it. So they have some great players on that side of the football on both lines of scrimmage. So I think we'll improve and wear them down a little bit, and hopefully get some big plays in the second half.
Defensively, you've kept Clayton out of the end zone other than on one 9-yard drive after a turnover. How has your defense done that?
They're tackling well, and they're staying gap responsible. So hopefully we can get a few more negative plays and get our offense in better field position in the second half.
Thanks for your time. We'll let you go tell them what you need to.
Thank you.
Patrick, back to you.
All right, thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Scott Riley, head coach of the unbeaten Rams. Your goal is not just to win the conference, it's to win a state championship, and he's nitpicking some details here in the first half. But his Rams have a 27-6 lead on Clayton. We're coming back to myspot.nc.gov. Halftime report begins next.
All right, now to announce our seniors on the dance team. Taylor Marbury is a 4-year varsity dance team member and one of the senior captains. She is escorted tonight by parents Shannon and Jeff Marbury. Taylor plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Wilmington in the fall to study special education. Grayson Johnson is a 4-year varsity dance team member and one of the senior captains. She is escorted tonight by parents Laura and Trevor Johnson. Grayson plans to take a gap year to travel the country in a van. Mallory Kenyo is a 4-year varsity dance team member. She is escorted tonight by parents Carla and Jeff Kenyo. Mallory hopes to attend Clemson or North Carolina State University in the fall to study business management. Jaden Smith is a 4-year varsity dance team member. She is escorted tonight by parents Tanya and Patrick Smith. Jaden hopes to attend Appalachian State University in the fall to study exercise science. Taylor Vega is a senior varsity dance team member. She is escorted tonight by parents Michelle and Carlos Vega. Taylor hopes to attend University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill or North Carolina State University to study biology.
Well, welcome back to Clayton High School. You're watching the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. Visiting Cleveland leads Clayton 27-6. And it's right now time for the Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week. Presenting the award for Riddle and Brantley is our own John Hummel.
Riddle and Brantley is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week from Cleveland High School. The Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Dylan Pardue. Dylan is a 3-year varsity football player an all-conference performer, academic all-conference, and carries a 4.6 GPA. Dylan is a member of National Honor Society, volunteers for the Greater Cleveland Athletic Association, volunteers at football camps, and participates in wreaths across America. From Clayton High School, the Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Mason Rambo. Mason is the football team captain, an all-conference performer, a 3-year varsity football letterman, and carries a 3.9 GPA. Mason is an active member in church volunteer efforts and volunteers with the Clayton Civitan football program as a youth mentor.
Riddle and Brantley is proud to be a sponsor of the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Congratulations to these All-Stars, and good luck on your eligibility for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season.
Riddle and Brantley. Injured in an accident? Call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts.
A big congratulations to both scholar athletes from Cleveland and Clayton High School. Right now I'm joined by a representative from the Wake County COVID-19 Student Advisory Board. This is Jada Charlton. She's a senior here at Clayton. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me in the middle of this one, a big night for you guys here at home. Now I gotta ask you, why did you make the decision to get vaccinated yourself?
So a bunch of my friends, we were in a group and we all got COVID. Luckily we didn't get the bad end, but I have people at my church and family and friends that did get the bad end of COVID, and so it's better safe than sorry to get the vaccine, and you don't want to get that bad.
Yeah, and I know that certainly there have been the breakthrough cases of people who did have COVID-19 previously, and then they got it again without really believing that that was possible. So what is the message that you send to others who are kind of on the fence or have been iffy when it comes to having conversations and making that decision to go get vaccinated?
I definitely am more saying that you should go get vaccinated just because it is more important that everyone's safety is important, and you really don't want that many people just, I guess, getting sick and not feeling their best, and it's definitely a big thing where we want to have everyone safe as possible.
Now, where can you direct people who are interested in getting more information about where they can get vaccinated?
Yeah, it's going to be myspot.nc.gov.
That's exactly right. Thanks so much for your time. We'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. Stay with us here on Friday Night Rivals at Clayton High School. Stay with us in the second half to see if Clayton can come back in this one. Well, welcome back to Clayton High School here on Friday Night Rivals. Right now, the Comets trail the visiting Cleveland Rams. But that might all change after we talk to Dr. Bennett Jones. He's the principal here at Clayton and hoping to give his home team some good luck in this conversation. They've certainly been given quite the field to play on here right now. Now, head coach Handy told me about really the process of getting all these projects built out for the football program and for the entire athletics department. What does it mean to have such facilities here for Clayton?
Well, I think Clayton football has been synonymous with Clayton High School for a long time in this town, and to have something of this quality for our kids to be able to play is such a special treat. We really have invested with the county level and the town level in upgrading our facilities. They had a little bit of age on them, especially in our field house, and we were happy to have a new field house with the concession stand. And obviously this turf plays great. It allows us to be able to do so many things, our soccer games, in the future lacrosse, rugby tournaments, youth football. So we're very excited about the opportunities it presents, not only for our students, but also for residents of the town of Clayton as well.
All right, so if you're a resident here, but not necessarily a student, you might not even have a student, what does the relationship between this high school and the town do to open this up for everybody?
Well, us being located right in the middle of the town, Clayton High School is such a part of the town of Clayton, and to be able to partner with the Parks and Rec on this field and some other projects that we're starting to do in town. The Harvest Festival is going on in town, and they utilize our school parking lot. So it really is a great venture between the two, and how we can promote other things that are going on. Our band performs at the Clayton Center uptown. We have other things going on, performing arts, doing a play upcoming. So we're very excited about the things that we offer, not only on the athletics, but also performing arts and for our students and for the community as a whole.
You guys got it all covered here at Clayton High School. I was told the real C-Town. You'll have to see if that's the truth or not on the football field here tonight. Dr. Bennett Jones, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and go Comets.
We are thrilled to be here on Friday Night Rivals. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more action after the break.
Back to Clayton High School on this final Friday night of the regular season. Cleveland leading the Comets at halftime 27-6 on the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. Let's take a look at some great highlights from last week's game. Rolesville at Wake Forest. DePasquale to his left, and this is DePasquale turning, follows a blocker. He's inside the 30, scrapes off of another block. He's headed to the end zone and scores. Nigel Lucas back on the field. There's the handoff, moving left to the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest. Minute 3 to go in the first half, down by 14. Little fade to the front pylon, inbounds, touchdown. Lucas, straight drop back. Protection breaks down. He'll toss it to the right corner of the end zone and gets through, and it is caught and it is in for a touchdown. 21-7 Wake Forest. Big kickoff return to set up a short field. Toss to the end zone, left side, gets through. Protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years. And Brown escapes. Touchdown, Rollsville. Looks his way and finds him inside the 15-yard line. Gets out of a tackle, switches the ball to his left hand, and carries it into the end zone. Brown to the left side. Rogers inside the 5, takes it in, inside the front pylon. Lucas has it, driving forward, and there's a touchdown for Wake Forest on what will likely be the final play of the game. Snap to Brown. Rush coming. Brown buys some time, throws to the front pylon. It's caught inside the 5, but he's tackled at the 3 by Stephen Williams. The clock shows 00. Oh, what a game that was last week. A lot of love here at Clayton. Halftime 27-6. Cleveland leading Clayton. Maryland Payne will be adopting that dog at halftime when we return.
By Joey Hodges Dalhart and Charles Dalhart. Ryan plans to attend Appalachian State University, where he intends to major in psychology and minor in music. Lily Dunlove. Lily Dunlove has served as the drum major for the 2021 CHS Marching Band. She is escorted by Crystal and Dennis Dunlove. Lily plans to attend North Carolina State University, where she intends to major in digital forensics and counter cyberterrorism. Emma Estes. Emma is a member of the Color Guard section. She is escorted by Melanie and Kevin Estes. Emma plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, where she intends to study marine biology. Sarah Kaplan. Sarah is a member of the baritone section, where she has served as the brass captain. She is escorted by Matthew and Tracy. Sarah plans to attend Wake Tech and to transfer to North Carolina State University, where she will study meteorology. Jasmine Lackey. Jasmine is a member of the clarinet section and has served as a student leader. She is escorted by Heather Moser and Allie Sullivan. Jasmine plans to attend Western Carolina University, where she will major in nursing and music. Noah Netter. Noah is a member of the alto saxophone section. Noah is escorted by, he plans to attend Wake Technical Community College, where he intends to major in engineering.
I think so.
27-6, Cleveland leading Clayton at halftime as we continue on with the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. Patrick Enos and Jay Solnhalter with you. Let's take a look back at the first 24 minutes, our first half highlights.
Cleveland coming out here, Skylar Locklear easily getting into the end zone, showing off his speed. And this offense for Cleveland looked very good on the ground and then also through the air. Very accurate throw. This was Middleton with the touchdown catch. This offense got out to a big lead here early on.
Well, this is where Clayton finally had a little momentum go their way after a botched handoff. First of 2 turnovers in the first half by Cleveland. And then the payoff as Simmons takes it in from 9 yards out. And it was a 14-6 game at that stage.
Yeah, I like the response from Clayton. Their defense standing strong. They got it closer. But then Hampton, I mean, you could just see the talent. He jumped out on the screen here with the power, the speed, refusing to go down, stretched the lead out. And then the special teams really impacted this game as well.
Yeah, and on the ensuing kickoff, it bounced back from the 1 yard line, stayed in the field of play, and the Rams were able to recover and score on the very next play. This is the second touchdown run of that first half by Marion Hampton, and that made it a 27-6 lead.
And then here, Locklear going through the air, but it was A nice job by Alejandro Rubio jumping in front of the passing lane right before the halftime break to give his offense one more chance. And this defense was very stingy, a couple turnovers, and it really shifted the energy.
That was the first interception all year by Skylar Locklear. The return went for 63 yards, but Clayton unable to get the payoff as the clock ticked down at the end of the first half. A lot of penalties we saw in that first half. 11 combined, 9 were accepted. But you see right there, 265 total yards to versus just 45 for Clayton's offense.
In the balance for Cleveland. Running the ball, passing, they could do it all. And for Clayton, you've got to get something going on the offensive end, and I think you've got to continue to create some more turnovers here to help out your offense.
Maryland is with the Clayton head coach, Shane Handy. Maryland?
Coach, what does your offense need to do in order to gain a little bit of momentum and hit a rhythm in the second half?
We got to regain our composure and do a better job up front. I mean, we're blocking pretty well, but we got to make sure we hit the receivers early, not hold on to it, and then basically just go back and do our normal stuff. Run the ball like we can run the ball, hit a quick game in passing, and just get some momentum and get going. We've had some good plays, but then we're just not putting them together. So again, and we just got to continue not to make mistakes like we did in the first half. Can't make those mistakes on special teams. Can't make those mistakes and lose our composure. So just got to keep working right here. We can come back and get it done.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Patrick, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Maryland. Jay, what's your takeaway from his comments?
Well, what he's saying is completely true there. You've got to run the football here and shorten this ball game up, get some explosive plays, trust in your offensive line, clean up the penalties, and give yourself a chance here. And there's Donovan Spellman, one of the star defensive ends. He's done a nice job here tonight. Got to get him continuing to create pressure to slow down the offense. But Clayton here, you've got the home field advantage. If you can get a couple big plays here, especially early on in the third quarter, you can get that momentum shift.
And Jay, it's going to fall on special teams for Clayton and then the defense to try and at least get an early stop, because it's a tall mountain to climb here in the second half. At home, yes, but down by 21 to one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, and they're going against an offense that scores right around 50 points per game, and they're on track for that. So it's the turnovers, it's the pressure, making this offense feel uncomfortable. And then for Clayton, running the football, trusting the offensive line, but also I think you're going to have to be aggressive and test out the secondary.
I think if you're the Clayton Comets, if you knew coming into this game that Cleveland would have turned it over twice in the first half, you'd be feeling pretty good about the competitive nature of the game. But you're down by 21 points, and not being able to capitalize late in the first half after the big interception return by Rubio, I think was very costly for the Comets. So here we go, ready to begin the third quarter. Open Door kickoff, brought to you by Open Door, the new way to sell your home. And it'll be Everett Boyd on to kick it away for Clayton. So the final half of the final game of the regular season. The playoffs await. And the Cleveland Rams again back in May, lost to Mount Tabor in the 3AA title game, 24-16. That was in May, and a short kick going for the onside, and it's going to be recovered by Cleveland. So that was an opportunity to steal a possession, but the Rams were ready for it.
I like it there. Being aggressive out of the halftime break, trying to get one there. And good job by Cleveland, not retreating too early, staying in position, wait for that ball to get kicked, and then falling on it.
All right, so a short field now for the Cleveland Rams offense. On the other side of the 50-yard line, they spot it at the 48. For Skylar Locklear, who passed for a touchdown and ran for a touchdown in the first half. Straight drop, 3-step, throws left side, coming back to the pass. That's Cameron Goins, and he's brought down right around the 46-yard line. The tackle by Jaden Blackman.
We've talked about the skill guys for Cleveland, and justifiably so, but how about the offensive line? Clean pocket for Locklear. I thought they played really well in the first half.
A nice 1v1 tackle by Blackman. 2nd and 4. And up the middle, and this is Hampton. Banging off the bodies, angle is right, middle of the field, and that should be enough for a first down. Looks like Hampton gets about 5. So Hall Insurance Company first down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community.
Well, and for Hampton, you see the speed. It's the power that really stands out as well. His weight room efforts is legendary at Cleveland, how hard he works, his strength, and it really shows in how he plays.
Here's Hampton left of the quarterback, Locklear. 5 across the line. Clayton brings a blitz, one-on-one coverage, and a nice quick release pass is caught around the 30-yard line. That's Goings once again. Excellent read by Locklear with the blitz coming.
Yeah, good job recognizing the hot route, and Goings, it was a little slant. He got inside of the defender, presented a target for Locklear.
All insurance first down once again at the 30-yard line of Clayton. 27-6 Cleveland lead. Rams on the march as we open up this third quarter. Pressure again. Locklear off the back foot, has a man, and just over the outstretched arms of Goings. He had 2 steps on the defender, but the pressure forced a quick release off the back foot of Locklear, and it's incomplete near the front pylon.
And Clayton is not holding anything back. They're coming out here bringing the house, and Locklear saw the one-on-one coverage. He had to backpedal a little bit, lofted the ball up there, but he recognized the extra defenders coming and knew he had to get rid of it.
And you're down 21. You got to roll the dice, take some gambles. Onside kick, a lot of pressures against an offense that can beat you a lot of different ways. But hoping that these gambles will pay off. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the right of Locklear. 1 now comes in motion. And it's Hampton stepping away from a would-be tackler in the backfield. Nose is ahead for maybe a yard, yard and a half. 3rd and long for the Rams.
Good job getting into the backfield. And they're forcing a 3rd and long situation. We've seen Cleveland still run the ball on 3rd and long, so this defense has to be prepared for the possible run. But we've seen them really load things up, bring pressure here early on.
The Rams need to reach just outside the 20-yard line. 3rd down. And Clayton coming again, moving the pocket, throw to the right sideline, and this is brought in, and it is inbounds, and brought in by Deshaun Middleton. Another pinpoint throw by Locklear on the move, and it's 1st and goal.
And here's the offensive line, and protecting up front. Locklear on the run, so athletic, accurate thrower, and then Middleton going towards the sideline. He's got the awareness to keep his feet in bounds.
And inside the CPI security red zone, CPI protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years. 1st and goal from the 4. Hampton puts his head down and gets tripped up just short of the goal line.
If you're a North Carolina fan, you're going to love watching him next year. There is no hesitation at all. Look at him just run north and south, take the contact, and dive towards the end zone.
A nice tackle by Aaron Foster. 2nd and goal. And this time Locklear will keep. Darts around the right side, and he is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And the 2nd on the ground in the game by Locklear. 33-6 Cleveland.
And Locklear with the zone read puts the ball in Hampton's lap. The defensive end crashes down. We'll see it here. Zone read. See the defensive end, and then easily getting into the end zone. He saw the crease and took it.
So Locklear, that's 13 times this season he has run for a touchdown. He has thrown for 15. So 28 combined. And then you throw in Hampton's 2 touchdowns tonight. That gives him 27, so 55 touchdowns between Locklear and Hampton. Extra point is good. So the opening possession does exactly what Cleveland has done all year. Score. Early stages 3rd quarter, 34-6 Cleveland. And a reminder, during the 4th quarter of tonight's ball game, we will have the Honda dealers of the Carolinas scoring drive of the game. See your local Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. 34-6, the Rams lead. Second touchdown run by starting quarterback Skylar Locklear. End over end, deep kick, and return from the 10 by Clayton. And up the sideline, some room on this open door kickoff, and a body slam on the sideline takes down Kirkendall. Nice return, good field position for Clayton on their first shots here in this second half.
A good job by the return unit. And then how about the cut right here? Looked like he was going over towards the left, saw the momentum of the coverage unit going that way, cut it back up, and the offense here, pretty good field position to start off this drive. They've got to take advantage of it.
So this drive begins for Clayton at the 38-yard line. Josh Anderson, he's made a lot of good throws, especially the short ones, which haven't led to a whole lot against this Cleveland defense, but he's taken a couple of shots downfield, and it's been over his target by a couple of yards several times, and he will hold on to it. Anderson runs into stiff resistance right around the 40-yard line, maybe one, possibly two for Anderson.
That was a good decision by Anderson. The defensive end crashed down. He went towards the outside. It's just the speed of Cleveland. We'll see him here. Good job, held that ball out and then made a cut. That was Monk coming up and run support.
Yeah, Monk has had a tremendous defensive game tackling. Second down and 9. Anderson, there's the quick route to the outside. Everett Boyd backpedals into the catch, steps out of one tackle, takes a hit just past the 40. Covered a lot of ground, but only picks up a couple of yards. Third down and long.
And I'll tell you what, a couple missed tackles on the outside. But Scott Riley has to love the aggressiveness of his defensive backs. See it here. They're just flying up to make the tackle, and it just forces Boyd to hesitate a couple times, and then the rest of the team comes over to make the play.
Yeah, Josiah Peters had the first kind of open hit potentially on Boyd and missed it. So a third down and a long 7. 34-6 Rams lead. Anderson spins away, looking to the right, throws deep once again, a bit underthrown and off target. Looking down the field for Schmidlin. Schmidlin had about 3 steps on the defender, Stephen Elliott, but that pass just didn't have the trajectory or the strength to get there.
And I like the play call, again with the play fake, getting Anderson out on the run. The offense just has to find the chemistry.
And again, Anderson, just a sophomore quarterback. But that's a well-designed play, again, with some more strength and some more expertise running the controls. That's a touchdown a year down the road, I think, for Clayton on that play. 4th down now. And Clayton will punt it away into a slight breeze. Hampton lets it roll, and it will take a Clayton bounce inside the 20-yard line. .41-yard kick, no return, and there's Omarion Hampton just hanging out on the punt return. Didn't touch it. He'll just wait for his offense to join him for the huddle.
We saw him play defense in the first half. He does it all. And coaches talk about the unselfish attitude he has, and he's going to be a superstar on the college level.
So this drive begins back at the 17-yard line for the Rams. Going at a 34-6 lead, a little more than 4 minutes gone by third quarter. Pocket collapses, and this is Locklear up the left side, angles out of bounds, got a little bit of a shove, but no penalty marker down. And good work right there by Locklear, who tiptoes silently around the entire back end of the sideline. I'm not going to come anywhere near anybody. We're going to see no penalties. I'm not going to say a word. Just let me get around all of you guys. I'll head back onto the field.
And Locklear always making the right decision. Now he'll be going to Austin Peay next year. It's a big commitment for them, getting Locklear. And here he is going out of bounds, smartly getting away from the sideline.
Don't want to upset anybody over on the sideline. First down pass goes to the outside. And out near midfield, rushing down the sideline. Hampton stays in bounds, stays on balance, and gets it down to the 25-yard line. 39 on a quick little screen pass to Omarion Hampton.
And for Hampton, you know he's a talented runner. How does he catch the football there? He makes it look easy. He looks like a wide receiver. Them yards after the catch, little hesitation, and then taking off. But for him, he's already got the running ability. It's the pass catching. It's the blocking as well that's going to make him a superstar, and he can do it all.
And There's a look at Skylar Locklear heading over to the sideline here for the Rams. So new quarterback Jackson Bird. First down from the 25-yard line. And yeah, Bird's assignment handed to this man. Omarion Hampton gets out of a tackle to the pylon and scores. Third touchdown run for Omarion Hampton. A 2-yarder, a 43-yarder, and this one from 25. It's 40-6 Cleveland.
Well, he's been doing it since his freshman year, and he makes it look easy. It's the power, the speed, and how about the vision? Going off the right side, zone read. Good job by the offensive line creating a path. And he finishes off every run. He puts so much stress on the defense because who wants to come up and tackle him? I mean, it's so tough to bring him down with one or even two defenders.
Well, even if they want to tackle him, teams around the state, especially this year, have just basically decided that they can't. Extra point is good. 41-6. Thanks to a 28th touchdown of the year for Omarion Hampton, and they run away for the Rams. (41-6), the Cleveland lead on Clayton. 27 unanswered points by the Rams. 7:21 remaining third quarter. And the Rams now, this is simply an exhibition over the remaining 19 or so minutes to get ready for what will be a very, very high seed in the Eastern region as we get ready for the open door kickoff. And this one will be grabbed inside the 5 and returned here by Clayton. And this is Rubio out to the 20, and hard yardage after that initial hit to the 25-yard line, tackled by Keyshawn Monk. So a 41-6 lead for Cleveland. 3 touchdown runs by Hampton. And again, early in the second quarter, after a turnover and then a 9-yard touchdown run by Simmons for Clayton, it was a 14-6 game, and they had as much momentum in this game as they've had it all night at that moment. But then we've seen nothing but Rams offense since.
And the defense for Cleveland has really taken over and shut down the passing attack for Clayton. You know, even though you've got a wide deficit right now, I still think you've got to run the football. You've got to give the offensive line the game up front. Let them control the line of scrimmage to make it more manageable on second and third down. But I'll tell you, this defense is so fast, Patrick. You see them flying around the football.
Yeah, nothing there for Nadir Simmons, who scored the only touchdown of the game for Clayton back in that second quarter. Seen really a rotation of 3 different backs here for Clayton. Smith, Simmons, and we saw Cinco with a couple of good runs late in that second quarter for the Comets. They rotated right back to Nadir Simmons. No gain, second down. Anderson again, Simmons through the middle. The hard yards out to about the 30.
There you go, running it north and south, not sideline to sideline, where Cleveland's defense can use their speed, just try to power things up the middle. And then now, third and manageable, 3rd and 5, where you can still use the running game, or you can mix in the pass, where Anderson really has done a nice job tonight.
So we'll see a couple of backs on the field for Clayton. As Nehemiah Smith comes off the sideline, he will join Nadir Simmons on 3rd and 5. So we'll see what kind of formation they come out with Anderson. Smith to his right, Simmons to his left. And this is Nehemiah Smith off the right side, picks up a couple of yards, but he'll be short.
Nehemiah Smith with the carry.
Just so tough despite the formations. You mentioned the speed, the pursuit, the strength of the Cleveland Rams defense to catch them flat-footed.
Look how fast they close. There was a lane here. That's Monk again making an impact in the running game. He's just had an outstanding ball game and a great year.
So now we will see the 6th punt of the night by Clayton. And back to return for Cleveland is Keyshawn Monk along with Omari and Hampton. They both stand around the 30-yard line. And the Comets will kick it away end over end, but angled to the right, lands right at midfield, and will come to a rest right at the 50. So the Rams dive on it and try to advance it by a yard or two. Dangerous play by Keyshawn Monk, but he'll get about a 2-yard punt return on that risky maneuver. And with 4:59 left in the third, 41-6 Cleveland.
Clayton's defense is gone. It's one of the best offenses in the state. There's Donovan Spellman, and he's going to Appalachian State. What a prospect he is coming off the edge. 11.5 sacks on the year. 6'5", that length that you look for.
Locklear back on the field for Cleveland. Throws again off his back foot down the middle and finds his man. Head into the end zone. Touchdown. And that's Middleton again for the Rams.
Pass is complete for a Rams touchdown.
47 yards. 47-6 Cleveland.
Well, Middleton on the year averaging 21 yards per catch there, doubling it up, making it look easy. He's been outstanding tonight. A straight go route, Locklear finding his star junior. Talked about his recruiting interest. Scott Riley said he's going to be the next one to blow up Appalachian State ECU. We're looking at him. I'd expect more offers to come his way.
And now Womble for the extra points after the Wake Tech touchdown. Lead the way at Wake Tech. Well, we've seen this movie a couple of times this game. Touchdown followed by another quick touchdown by Cleveland. They scored 2 touchdowns in a 10-second span in the second quarter. They've scored 3 touchdowns in less than 5 minutes in this third quarter against Clayton to just blow this one wide open. (48-6) Rams. And again, they played for the 3AA state championship in May. I mean, this has been a long football season, football year on the calendar for all these high school teams. But Cleveland finished its season, this is what, the second Saturday in May. Got a little bit of time off before they start getting ready for this season. And now you're looking at a deep postseason run. They could play 16 games this year if it all works out. But you talk about the challenges they will face going into the postseason. A lot of quality teams moving up from 3A. You don't have the sub-classifications this year, so it's almost as if every round in the playoffs will be a knockout round. But boy, the Rams feel like they have all the pieces in place.
They look good. I don't see any weaknesses on this team. And you look at their personnel, there's some star seniors. There's a lot of great underclassmen for Scott Riley. I mean, you look at that sophomore class, and there are rising stars in the younger grade levels, and the pipeline of talent, the depth is one of the positives.
So Wamo will kick it off. 4:51 remaining third quarter. It's a 42-point lead for the Rams. And the approach by Womble on our open door kickoff will go over the head of Rubio and into the end zone. A reminder, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we will select the West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. This is a 14-6 game early in the second quarter. 34 straight points now by the Rams. But as any head coach or manager, depending on your sport, will tell you, learning experience in moments like these. The clock will now begin to run. It's a running clock with a 42-point lead. So while the outcome of this game is already academic, this is an opportunity for Josh Anderson and Nestle Road and a lot of the sophomores and juniors on this Clayton team. You can't kick away at bats, as they say in pro baseball. You don't want to lose possessions here. Learn what you can, why you can against one of the top teams in the state.
Every rep matters. And every time you're out on the field, it's being filmed. And you're going to go back and film study and watch it. And there's improvement opportunities in every single ball game for these young players. They've got the talent, but it's all about improvement and nice throw.
Beautiful ball by Anderson, and in and out of the fingertips of Ian Martin inside Rams territory. That is the best deep ball we've seen from Josh Anderson tonight. Just twisting around a little bit behind Martin on that opposite shoulder and couldn't quite bring it in.
And Anderson with his arm strength, you can see it there, clean pocket. And Martin, talented junior, he'll be back next year as well.
Yeah, we've seen Anderson take some shots downfield and overcooking some receivers several times, but boy, that ball is almost right on target as we get a timeout taken with 3:19 to go in this third quarter. 48-6 Rams on top, and a reminder tonight's game powered by United Rentals, building futures together. Well, it's been a privilege to be part of these Friday Night Rivals games once again this year. Patrick Keene is here, Jay Sohnhalter, Marilyn Payne down on the sidelines. The end of our regular season coverage is tonight. But then the chips start to go in the middle beginning next week, and a great crew once again dealing with all the conditions here tonight. We haven't had many conditions, right? But, you know, hooded sweatshirts, toboggans, gloves. I'm wearing my electric coats here in the press box.
I was talking to the team before the ball game, all of our team, and I was saying, hey, it seemed like a couple weeks ago it was still summertime, and now the jackets are all out, quickly turning to fall. Such a great crew and team we have.
Yeah, glad to be with them once again here in 2021. So coming out of the timeout taken by the Rams, again, the clock will be running as long as the lead is 42 points or greater. Should Clayton get back within 42 points, then we would play normal time rules. And you see the referee in the white hat, Ken Kennel, on the right side of your screen, talking with the head coach of the Cleveland Rams. That's Scott Riley, who was the JV coach prior to being promoted to a head coach in 2014. There he is in the orange cap. Previous time over at Harnett Central. Played football at Cardinal Gibbons. So now Ken Kennel will run all the way across the field. And if I'm betting, this might have something to do with the clock here. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it's about the clock. Now, after the timeout here, it should start running.
So Clayton has broken the huddle. They're ready to go. But Ken Kendall is not. And this will be a 3rd down and 10 play here for the Clayton Comets, trailing 48-6. And now out of the timeout, we are ready to resume. Or so we thought. Even see some chatting back and forth between the Rams, a couple of guys in the defensive line, and the offensive line for Clayton as well. Well, the running clock was supposed to make the game go faster, Jay.
We're ready now, I think.
Although we've lost a second. They do not start the clock immediately. Now they do. Another deep ball by Anderson. Spiral to the sideline, and it's incomplete, landing just right of Dion Harris. Pretty good coverage downfield, but another very well thrown ball by Josh Anderson. And it's 4th down for the Comets.
Well, I know there's some frustration on Cleveland's side, but this is one of the best defenses in the state. We've talked about Cleveland's offense. This defense has been outstanding all year long. They're a fast group, veteran-led group as well, and Anderson, he's got so much talent. He's going to continue to get better and better, and this offense is going to grow.
Yeah, this is a Cleveland team that did beat Clayton twice last year, including once in the Eastern Regional Final, but they trailed early by a couple of scores in that Eastern Regional Final before they came back and pulled away. And this is Hampton. Hampton into Comets territory, taps the accelerator down the sideline, and Amarian Hampton takes it in. A 53-yard punt return for a touchdown. Cleveland leads 54-6 Hampton's 4th touchdown of the night.
Well, he's a complete football player. You see him here catch the ball, special teams unit. Nice job with the blocks. Looks like he's going up the middle, and then the speed just to break the corner. Then it's off to the races. He's a track athlete with a weightlifting body. I mean, he's got all the tools. What a superstar he is going to be at the college level.
4th touchdown tonight by Hampton. 53 yards on the punt return for the score. Wake Tech touchdown brought to you by Wake Tech. Lead the way at Wake Tech. Extra point is good. And it is now a 55-6 Cleveland lead. They came into the game averaging 54.8 points a game. Defensively, giving up 9 a game. And here they are against their fierce rivals from just a couple of miles down the road. And they are laying the hammer to the Comets in their final tune-up to the postseason and a potential state championship run.
This is such a big game on the schedule. Both sides knew where it was going to be last ball game of the season. They've been amping up for this game. And Cleveland right now, again, we've talked about the balance, offense, defense, special teams. They're doing it in all 3 phases.
Yeah, we talked earlier about the Clayton offense. You don't want to take a play off, right? Every play matters. Cleveland is playing like every play matters. I mean, you can certainly sense the dejection, see it on the sideline from Clayton. They were hoping this might be their night to knock off the Kingpins from just down the road. But once this game began to get away, now all of a sudden the shoulders are sinking. You're not quite as precise. The attention to detail not quite there. And when that happens against a team that has higher aspirations of winning a state championship, they hit you with what we just saw. Not only 4 touchdowns in 4.5 minutes, but a punt return for a score virtually untouched by one of the top players in the state. The approach by Womble and the open door kickoff. Sailing inside the 10. And a return here for Clayton. Contact just outside the 20-yard line. And pushed out of bounds is Alejandro Rubio. So the clock will continue to run with the lead now at 49. So the only way the clock stops now is if Clayton scores and goes for 2, which I would imagine would be the coaching strategy, right?
Yeah, I mean, every point here, if you get a touchdown, go for 2. And for Clayton here, Shane Handy's 2nd season, but first fall, we had the shortened spring season. What he's been able to do already to bring confidence into this program, get everything on the right track. They're building, they're growing. They've had a really good year. They faced a tough schedule. 5-4 coming to this ball game, but when you talk to him, he's a veteran coach that knows how to turn things around. And Clayton is a program with so much tradition, and he's going to continue to build and build this program all the way to the top.
Again, 8-2 last year, his first year at the helm. Run for a couple of yards there for Cinco. But he was a 12-year head coach at his alma mater, Randleman High School. His daughter is now a sophomore here at Clayton High School. But yeah, their year began with back-to-back shutout losses to Grimsley and Wake Forest. They were outscored 104-0 in their first 2 games, but they've turned things around toward the end of the non-conference, and then especially getting into the Greater News Conference season. And a diving catch is made, nicely done. And that's outside the 20-yard line. They're on the 23 for Kirkendall. We're laying out fingertip catch.
Nice catch. I'll tell you, and Pat, you talk about that schedule. Grimsley won the state championship last year. Wake Forest may be in it this year. The Wakefield team on the rise. Cleveland in the state championship, so they've faced a tough one.
One more quarter left in the regular season. All Rams here in Clayton. 55-6 lead after 3.
starting off the fourth quarter. Thomas got facing third down and 40.
Hey, watch your foot.
Well, welcome back to Nixon Fowler Stadium. Right now, the visiting Cleveland Rams are up huge, 55-6 here on the road. And Patrick, right now, the Ram fam wants to elect Skylar Locklear, the mayor of Clayton. They say that this Cleveland is a D-town, not, and they want everybody to know who's on top. Right now, their team just one quarter away from finishing the regular season completely undefeated.
All right, thanks a lot, Marilyn. And I hear Locklear is going to be running against Erwin M. Fletcher. Little known fact, Marilyn Payne's favorite movie, nostalgic I know, Fletch.
It is.
Who knew?
That's a good one.
Who knew? I thought it was beyond her generation.
So she might be hanging out there for a while. She doesn't look like she's in a rush to leave yet.
Very possible. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you to all those fans. And we begin the fourth quarter. Again, a running clock with the Rams leading 55-6.
Thomas will have first and 10 on their own 31.
Yeah, Maryland attends every game we do with 40-weight ball bearings and gauze pads. Let's clean the filth muck off of the windows in front of us. First down play, and not much there. Well, this is a 7-0 game after one quarter, and since then it's basically been all Rams all the time. They haven't punted all night. They have committed 2 turnovers. One cost them the touchdown for Clayton early in the second quarter, and the other was the interception in the end zone as they were marching to score again before halftime. That was returned back 63 yards by Rubio, but 0 punts forced by the Clayton defense. That's not a knock on Clayton's defense, because there have been many games this year where the Rams had not punted. Just a plethora of offensive weapons. And down goes Anderson. There's a big late hit wide of the play by one of the offensive linemen of the Comets, just flattening down. I believe Demarius Plummer, number 99, was taken down. And I believe it was Zach Klingenbeck, number 73. We'll see if we get a look here.
Plummer's number 99. The sprint out by Anderson. Nice job getting into the backfield by Pardue. And here's the late hit.
Yep. And we talked about attention to detail. Every play matters, even when you're down 55-6. That's just the culmination of all the frustration in this one for the Clayton Comets. And the clock continues to run as the officials sort out the penalty. And here's the call. It is a personal foul. There will be no ejection on that play, just a 15-yard or half the distance back to the goal line walk-off against the Comets. And now we get a timeout taken by Clayton. Shane Haney trying to keep his troops focused on the final yet difficult 9 minutes of this game. Rams up 55-6. 9:22 left in the fourth quarter. 55-6. Cleveland on its way to an undefeated regular season on the heels of their best year in school history last year. Their only loss came in the 3AA state championship game to Mount Tabor. So out of the timeout after a personal foul against the Clayton Comets. And I like what I saw from Shane Haney, the head coach of the Comets here, ahead of this 3rd down and 29 play. He brought his entire offense over and really did launch into the back end of that personal foul against Zach Klingenbeck, the offensive lineman who took out Demarius Plummer, because just as we said, those are plays that don't benefit anybody. You're down 49. There's a lot of frustration there, but Haney needs to clean those things up and make sure that his team stays focused, because it's not tonight that matters. It's how you handle the adversity, and he wants to make sure that as a head coach, those things will not stand for him.
Teaching moments, especially in a ball game where you face adversity. And when you're down right now, you want to close out this ball game and make sure your team stays composed and is disciplined throughout it, and they really learn from this moment.
All right, so Cleveland back to return what will be an 8th Clayton punt of this game. Again, the running clock with now 8.5 to go. Goings and Monk are back to return the kick. And it will go Monk's way and bounce by him, stay in the field of play. Monk will track it down and be tackled at the 10-yard line. Now that's a play you like to see. And of course, it's Alejandro Rubio who had that long interception return out of the end zone at the end of the first half. Great effort by Rubio.
And for Rubio, he's going to get a lot of praise and film study by his coaching staff. He did not slow down at all, continued to hustle, and it paid off.
That's the converse of the personal foul we saw a moment ago by one of the offensive linemen for Clayton. That is a guy who really wanted to play, makes a smart play, and not giving up on anything despite the score. So Cleveland back on offense, and here's Jackson Bird for his 2nd series of the game. He was in for 1 play earlier in this half, and he handed it off to Hampton, which led to a score. So if I'm Bird, the freshman, I go to my head coach and say, hey, we have 100% scoring efficiency with me, quarterback in this Cleveland team. Give me more reps.
He's only a freshman, so the pipeline here from Locklear, who'll be graduating over to Bird. This is a valuable situation for him in a rivalry ball game, getting meaningful snaps.
Offsides the penalty on Clayton. 10th penalty of this game against the Comets. And with this running clock, this may very well be the last offensive series that Bird and the Rams run in this game. And off to Robbie Alba.
For Cleveland here, an opportunity to continue to build depth. Some of the reserves in the ballgame not getting playing time. And again, you look at this roster, there's some talented upperclassmen. There's a lot of the underclassmen that have gotten a lot of playing time, have made a huge impact this year. So at all levels of all 4 classes, there's playmakers coming up for Scott Riley.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 4. Comets show blitz. Bird gives it off, and an immediate tackle for maybe a yard. And again, it's all ball on the carry for
Number
Cleveland.
6, Mason Bland, in on the tackle for the Comets there.
Brings up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 3 for the Rams.
Inside 6 minutes.
There's Cade Cyrus, number 11, coming off the field. Walking gingerly. He's played really well tonight, one of the senior leaders.
Cyrus favoring that right leg just a bit. So 3rd down and 3 for the Rams. Action off of that defensive line for Clayton. Jameer Bordley, number 19, was trying to hold his momentum back. We'll see if he was drawn off. If this goes on Clayton, it's an automatic 1st down. And it is.
Offsides called against defense.
And again, the clock with this running clock with a 42-plus point lead won't even stop on penalties, on discussions of penalties, and only on timeouts. So nearing 5 minutes to go. So Bird, a handoff left side. And into the sideline goes Albaugh. He laid a hits against the Clayton Comet defender. That's Jaden Blackman, number 22, who wore that contact.
And finish off this run. Look at the blocking on the outside. Stephen Elliott just.
How about their reaction on the sideline by the Rams?
We're still in this ball game.
Smirks and chuckles right there. Rival versus rival. Late sec first down. 55-6 the lead for the Rams.
Cleveland playing slow, using this clock, letting it wind down. No rush at all.
We've seen the end of the night of Omari and Hampton. 4 total touchdowns. And a pass, though, with a 49-point lead. Incomplete down the left side. Looking for Stephen Elliott. Am I the only one surprised by that? I know it's a hated rivalry game, and you're up by 49 points, though. Bird, the freshman, with one of his first passes of the year. It's not going to sit well.
No, and I think now, I mean, 3:40 left. Just keep the ball on the ground, run the clock out here. And for Cleveland, going into the playoffs next week, Scott Riley's got to be very pleased. There's a couple coaching points with the turnovers in the first half he can address, but his team has played a complete ball game.
Zalball again stretches up the hash marks, and he's collared down and around the 39-yard line. Brought down by Mason Rambo. Penalty marker down, but again the clock will not stop, and it's holding against the Rams. Well, the Comets may very well not get the football back. Even if there is no first down on this sequence right here, the clock may go out with the play clock. And now walking off the penalty, clock ticking down inside 3 minutes.
Well, you know, Patrick, at the halftime break, Scott Riley talked to Maryland about winning the line of scrimmage. And I'd say in the second half, they really did a nice job in the trenches, moving the pile and getting a lot of push up front. Their defensive line got in the backfield as well. So I think that's an area, once you move into the playoffs, you know, an area that's going to continue to be the focus for the Rams.
Play clock at 8 for Bird. Rams will reset. And we get a whistle there. Some movement on the line. Marker dropped. And again, the play will be called dead. They will walk it off, but the clock still winds down. Let's get to our West Shore Home player of the game. Brought to you by West Shore Home. Convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. Oh, surprise, surprise. Omari and Hampton, 3 rushing touchdowns and a punt return of 53 yards for a 4th score tonight.
He's been amazing. He's going to UNC next year. What a future he has, but tonight he's done it all. Highlight reel for Hampton. Special teams, catching the ball, running the ball. He's done it all. And his talent is unlimited.
There wasn't even touched on that punt return. Bird fakes the handoff and then just gets cartwheeled into the Clayton sideline. Welcome to high school football, Jackson Bird.
Look at how physical this ball game is. Still in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
I mean, is Dua Lipa here? He was levitated right there.
Ian Martin, seen him play offense there, being physical.
And this is a 3rd down play. We will have 2 more snaps left in this contest. Play clock down to 5. Game clock under a minute. And Bird looking to throw again. He's throwing deep up the left side, and it lands incomplete, and a penalty marker is thrown. I don't know that's really necessary at this stage. We may not even have time for a walk-off and 1 more snap. Incomplete pass. You're up by 49. I might keep that one in my pocket. So as they settle things out, let's get to our Honda dealers of the Carolinas scoring drive of the game, Jay.
Oh, here it is. Ja'Shawn Middleton over the middle, catching this ball and then taking it to the house. And Locklear hitting him in stride right up the seam. And those two had a couple connections tonight.
So that is our Honda dealers of the Carolinas play of the game. We're inside 10 seconds. They're going to mark off this penalty, and we are going to be As they say on Saturday Night Live on What's Up With That, we out of time. And that's it. 55-6 is the final. Cleveland runs the table in the regular season, and they will claim the Greater News Conference Championship. 55-6 is your final. We'll come back with a trophy presentation on this Friday Night Rivals. That's next from Clayton. Rams are now 9-0 as they take down Clayton 55-6. .55-6 final. Cleveland destroys Clayton tonight, wraps up a regular season 9-0, unbeaten in the Greater News, and higher aspirations for last year's 3AA runner-up. Up in class, though, as the playoffs begin next week. 55-6 win over Clayton. And let's go downstairs to Maryland Payne is with the head coach of the Cleveland Rams, Scott Riley.
Now, Coach, you guys absolutely dominated tonight. You said you wanted to see more from your line of scrimmage in the second half on both sides of the ball. What did they do that pleased you?
They definitely did that. Did a great job moving the ball and keeping them from doing it. And like you said, great third quarter to finish off the game.
Now, in terms of your skill players, quarterback, running back, and wide receivers, we saw flashes across the board there. What do you pose as a threat that will prove this team can maybe go further this fall than it did in the spring?
Yeah, we got a pretty good track team that wears football uniforms, and they can run, and they enjoy playing football, and they're a joy to coach. So we're excited about next week, and we'll take it 1 week at a time from here on out.
You seem so even keel right now. Your team is undefeated. You just dominated your rivals in order to win the conference outright. Why are you not more energetic?
Well, we got the play. I think our goals are bigger, but I told them before the game it's easy to be relaxed with this group because they're pretty talented and they're really focused and they prepare really well. So you go into the game and you feel pretty confident because the guys you got at your back.
I just heard our goals are bigger. What are those goals?
I think everybody's goal is to win the last game of the year, and we got 17 yards away from doing that. And so we'll get 18 more yards this year and finish it off is the goal.
I do have to ask, what does this rivalry mean to your program?
Oh, it means a lot. I think these guys grow up playing football with each other and against each other, so it's always fun to get this win. It gets them fired up, and it definitely has a playoff atmosphere, which is something we were looking to experience before the next few weeks.
All right, I'll let you let them get fired up. Here's your Friday Night Rivals trophy.
Undefeated regular season. Now the new season begins next week, and they very well may be the top seed in the Eastern region. The Cleveland Rams 9-0, 55-6 win over Clayton, and 6 games away from history. Well, all of us would like to take a moment to thank all the great folks at the Honda dealers of the Carolinas, Talk It Out NC, the NCDHHS, and Riddle and Brantley will make all these games possible for you at home. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to Friday Night Rivals: Wake Tech, All Insurance, CPI Security, West Shore Homes, the U.S. Marines, Open Door, and United Rentals. And thanks to tonight's participating high schools and all of their administrators, Cleveland High School, and tonight's host, Clayton. So be sure to tune in. The state championships coming up on the second Saturday in December. And Cleveland hoping they will be back there in the state championship contest again for the second time in a calendar year. They close out the regular season conference champs with a 55-6 thrashing of rival Cleveland. For Marilyn Payne, Jay Sohnhalter, our entire Friday Night Rivals crew, Patrick Keenis, thanking you for watching all regular season long. Good night from Cleveland.